If you ever brought home a bright, full, festive poinsettia only to watch the leaves drop well before Christmas, you're not the only one. But the good news is that poinsettias are far easier to keep happy than most people think. With just a few simple adjustments, you can keep those gorgeous bracts looking stunning all season long. Today we're going to walk through how to pick the perfect poinsettia and how to care for it once it's home, and the little mistakes that cause them to fade too early. Long-lasting poinsettias always start by choosing the right healthy plant. When you're at the garden center, take your time looking for a plant that feels full and vibrant. The colorful bracts, those petals we all associate with Christmas, should look firm and richly colored, not dull or curling. Healthy poinsettias also have plenty of green leaves all the way down to the stems, not just clustered at the top. Before bringing one home, gently check the soil. It should feel slightly moist, never bone dry or soggy. Picking a strong, fresh poinsettia from the start gives you the best chance of enjoying it well into December and beyond. If you're looking for fresh, healthy poinsettias this season, be sure to check us out in-store at Wildwood Outdoor Living, where we have a great selection for you to choose from. Once your poinsettia is home, think about where it's going to live. These plants love bright, indirect light, the kind of soft, filtered brightness you get in a room with a big window, but not in the path of a strong sunbeam. Direct sun shining right onto the leaves can be surprisingly intense even in winter, and it can make the bracts fade or feel a bit scorched. So instead of placing the plant on a south-facing windowsill where the sun hits directly, try moving it slightly to the side or setting it a couple feet back from the window. East and west-facing rooms usually work really well. They're bright, but the light isn't harsh for long periods. The main goal is a spot that stays evenly bright during the day but doesn't expose the plant to strong midday sun or cold glass. And definitely avoid drafty entryways or where temperature can change dramatically, because these guys love stability. If there's one thing that makes or breaks a poinsettia success, it's watering. These plants don't like to stay wet for long periods, but they also don't like to dry out completely. The best approach is to check soil with your finger. When the top inch feels dry, it's time to water. This simple step prevents 90% of poinsettia problems. Then water slowly and thoroughly until moisture drains out of the bottom pot. One important detail: if your plant is in decorative foil, make sure there are drainage holes or remove the foil when you water. Poinsettias hate sitting in a puddle, so make sure that they have ample drainage. This will help prevent many problems. Poinsettias are tropical in nature, which means they're happier in warm, stable temperatures. Usually somewhere between 18 and 22 degrees Celsius or the mid-60s to low 70s Fahrenheit. They don't like sudden chills, so keeping them away from cold windows or areas that get drafty at night is important. Even a quick trip in a cold car can shock them. So dress them up and take them home gently. Indoor heating can dry the air quite a bit during winter, so mild humidity really helps. You don't need anything special. Even grouping a few plants together or placing the pot on a tray of pebbles with a bit of water below can create a more comfortable microenvironment. As long as the air around them isn't too dry or too cold, they will hold onto their leaves beautifully. For holiday enjoyment, these plants don't need fertilizer right away. They're grown in nutrient-rich soil, and most will stay vibrant throughout the season without extra feeding. If you'd like to keep yours past the holidays, you can begin feeding lightly with a general all-purpose fertilizer in late winter or early spring as new growth appears. Most people treat poinsettias as a seasonal plant, and that's perfectly fine. But if you do want to keep yours long-term, just remember it will naturally lose its color after the holidays and shift back to just green foliage. That's normal. With bright light, regular watering, and slow, gentle growth throughout the year, it can be encouraged to color again the following winter, though that process requires very specific light control. Poinsettias are a classic part of the holidays, and with just a little thoughtful care, they can stay beautiful in your home all season long. If you're enjoying these gardening guides, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss any of our seasonal tips. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, be sure to hit a little plant emoji in our comments below so we know who our biggest fans are. We'd love to hear from you.